Hi folks, just thought I'd show you this homemade twin double neck guitar that I made. Have to confess I didn't make it all. The two Telecaster necks, some Grover heads and Telecaster bridges basically, and I designed and made the body. Now what it is, it's not your usual double neck, because the manufactured ones come almost exclusively in a 12-string and a 6-string, or a 6-string and a bass. What I needed was two 6-string necks, so therefore I had to build it myself. Over the years it's been a fantastic tool to do a whole gig without needing two guitars. Just a flick of a switch and you can go from one to the other. The reason I got two 6-string necks is because one is tuned to open E and set up for slide. The other neck is for normal playing. So therefore I can do a bit of slide, bit of blues, even some rock and roll in E is good, because you've got your chord there already and you can do some bass runs and licks kind of style like that, like this, you know. Very full sound. You got your rhythm and bass all together. So open E is not just for slide, you can use it, it's handy for other stuff too. Like I said, you can do a whole gig, some blues, some slide, lots of normal stuff on the other neck. No need for two guitars. Flick of a switch. Now I'll tell you how I made. Well, this is what the other neck sounds like. Flick a switch from here. I'm down on my normal neck now. Okay, so how I made the body, it's like this. I took the idea from how I think the old Dan Electro guitars were made. They were made with a frame, and then they slapped a piece of what we call hardboard, I think it calls Samsonite in the States, on the front and back. So simple, so primitive really, but they worked. So what I've got here is I've got a frame made of plywood, but it's solid through here where the necks and the bridge are. Solid through there, solid through there. But well, I got the frame, and basically it's some birch plywood, which is a nice pale, almost maple looking wood. 3mm birch plywood on the back and front, slapped on top of a frame. Plywood frame, but the frame is solid through here, solid through here. I've got a voids in here and a void in the middle. Now these voids have given it more sustain, I think, and maybe helps with how it sounds. I had no idea how it was going to sound when I decided to make it. I actually, the bridge pickups, I disconnected them because the sound is just so sharp it cuts your ears off. And I put these humbuckers on the neck, and they do everything that I want them to do. I'm not the kind of person who wants lots of different sounds. I want just one good sound that I like. That's it. For that same reason, at present time anyway, I've changed the wiring. At the present time I don't have a tone control, which I don't really have time much for tone controls anyway. So how I wired it up initially, I've got two necks. It would be the same as if you had a 2 pickup guitar, but I've got the 2 necks. Originally I wired it up the same way as a Fender jazz bass, because the jazz bass does not have a toggle switch between the 2 pickups. It just has a volume control for each one. So basically I had 3 of these control knobs, 2 separate volume controls for the 2 necks and a tone control. But the pots were obviously not very good quality. They cracked up in no time. So I changed it, and I've just got 2 switches where the individual volume knobs were. But it's not one for each neck actually. This is a 2-way switch. This down is on this neck, up is on that neck, and then this other switch is just a simple master on-off switch to switch the whole thing off. Right, and this is a volume control, a linear 500k linear volume control. When I had the 2 separate volume controls, you could actually have both necks on at the same time. You could hit an E chord and then play some lead licks, but if you wanted, you know, that's quite a limited application. So it's working okay for me how it is. I'll just give you a bit of a close-up. You can maybe see the body shape a bit better there. Oh, I forgot to mention, I put some mahogany veneer around the edges to hide the edge of the plywood frame. So that's to disguise that and make it look okay around the edges. The way into the electrics is, you know, through the back here. There it is. Now you might say, why did I cut this piece out here? Why did I do it? Well, initially I thought it would save a bit of weight, and also the guitar will stand up without the need of a stand. You can lean it against a chair or lean it against your amp, and it's not going to fall over like a round end would be. I've put actually 2 little strap buttons on here, so they're like little legs, you know, and it'll just stand there and it won't fall over. Also, having done it, now I think it looks pretty cool too. So there you have it. It cost me 2 Telecaster necks. The Grover heads are not the cheapest you can buy, but they're the best. So there you have it. Didn't cost me too much, and it's done a lot of gigs, and I've earned a few pounds with it. So there you go.